What's going on, YouTube? Trucker D back again, back again. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hopefully, you're having a good week. Hopefully, you had a good weekend. Whatever you're seeing this video, hopefully, your day's going well. So, as promised, I'm gonna talk about how to pick the right trucking company, what to look for, things you need to ask the recruiters. All right, let's get into it. So, you finally got your CDL. You're trying to figure out what company you want to go to. Now, first, you want to think about if you want to do refrigerated, which is basically, hauling food. Do you want to do dry van? Do you want to do flatbed? Now, I would list tanker, but if you're just getting your CDL, it's a good chance you won't get on with a tanker company. I could be wrong, but generally, when you're starting out, you're going to most likely start at a dry van company, refrigerated or flatbed. Now, I know companies that'll take you straight out of school, like companies as such as Stevens, you have Warner, you have Prime, Flatbed, you got what's it, Cypress, I believe Melton and TMC. There's a whole bunch of other companies, but you just gotta do your research. So questions that you want to ask the recruiter is what type of benefits do they offer? Now, most companies, they're going to offer, the 401k, health, dental, vision, but don't assume, just make sure you ask. Now, as far as pay, the recruiters are going to say up to, keyword up to. Don't go off the up to because they could say they might pay up to 55 cents a mile, but if you're just starting out, that don't mean you're going to get the 55. So make sure you ask, what will be my starting CPM? As far as miles, they might say you're going to get up to 3,000 miles. That's not a guarantee. So you need to know how many miles are you going to get. Never go off the up to. Other questions you want to ask is like, what type of pay? Do you get like breakdown pay? Do y'all have layover pay? Do you guys have, do you guys do per diem? Questions like that. You want to make sure too, when you're coming out, you know what type of when I say type of company, you want to make sure if you want to do OTR, you need to find an OTR company. If you want to do a regional company, you need to ask if they're a regional company. If they say regional, they're designed to have you home. Sometimes every week, sometimes every 2 weeks, and it's usually going to be so you can get a 34 in. If you're going OTR, they're going to want you out maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks at a time. So just keep that in mind, you know. So make sure you're finding the right company. Now, if you want local, I mean, there are some local companies that'll take you out straight out of school. You have companies like Cisco. Sometimes Cisco, they'll hire you. McLean, U.S. Foods. So generally, like the food service jobs, they'll take you straight out of school. You also have Dillon Logistics. Now, to pull like the non-hazmat, I believe they want a year, but there are ways you can get local straight out of school. You just have to, do your research. Also, you want to ask, this is not really that important, but what amenities do they have in the truck? Like, do they offer APUs? Do they have inverters? Basically, like the APU, that's how you get your air and heat while the truck is off. Inverters, that's how you power like your fridge, your microwaves. You want to ask, how fast do the trucks go? Now, most mega carriers, they're going to be governed anywhere between 60 and like 65. Now, companies that offer like a little more experience, they might bump it up. Like at my company, my truck goes up to 70, So, also going back to the pay, if you're just starting out, you don't really want to focus too much on the CPM. You just want to basically focus on getting your experience. Because granted, when you're just getting your CDL, you're not going to be getting a lot of money out the gate. You're going to be at a company where they're paying you like 30 cents, maybe 35 cents, 36 cents to 40 cents. But once you get some more experience, then you can find, companies that'll pay you more money. So just focus on, getting your experience. Now, generally, um, a A lot of companies they'll take you if you have 6 months and up. Other companies they want 12 months or more. So just keep that in mind. Also, you want to ask, if they reimburse for like scales and tolls. Now, most carriers they have what's called the Easy Pass, which is how you bypass the tolls. Most companies have the Quick Pass. That way you don't have to pull into every wait station. Um, what else? Ask how long you have to work, before you start getting like paid time off, vacation pay. Ask questions like that. Another big thing too is ask and make sure you know where all the terminals are. Like when I was at my last carrier, we only had one main terminal, which was in Dallas. So anytime I had like major issues, I would have to come all the way to Dallas. So see if they have, terminals where you live, you know. Ask if you're allowed to take the truck home. Because depending on where you are, you might have to drive a good little distance, to take your truck to a terminal if you can't take it home. So see if they allow you to take the trucks home, you know. Now, if you don't have a CDL, a good question to ask is, do they offer sponsored training? Do they have a truck school there? Now, a lot of mega carriers, like companies like, I believe Swift, Warner, I think US Express has a school. I could be wrong on that. Let me know if I'm wrong on that part. But see if they have a school there. Now, a lot of mega carriers, they will like sponsor you to get your CDL, and a lot of times you have to sign a contract agreeing, that you'll work for them for X amount of time, which is usually between like 6 months to a year. It just depends, you know. Also, if you have like, pets, you want to ask like, what's the pet and rider policy? Like, if you want to bring your spouse on the road or bring your kids on the road, ask what the policies are. Some of them they want you to be 18 and up, some is 10 and up, and then sometimes you have to pay like an insurance fee. It just varies from company to company, so make sure you ask questions like that, you know. But I mean, there's hundreds and thousands of companies out there. You just have to, make sure you do your research, ask questions. A good way to learn about a company, is to ask a driver. Don't always rely on the recruiters because, as I've said in many videos, these recruiters will tell you anything to get you in the door. And then when you get there, they switch it up on you. So, the easiest way to get information is ask the source. If you live near a truck stop, go to the nearest TA, Flying J, or whatever is near you. Ask a driver because a driver will even give you more information than a recruiter, since the driver's actually doing the job. They'll be able to tell you, what the pay is. They can realistically tell you how long you have to stay out. They'll tell you, about the benefits and all that, you know. Now, I'm not saying that the recruiters are always wrong, but a lot of times these recruiters, they don't even work for the actual company. They're like a third party. So I can't stress enough. Ask a driver, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, do your research, know what kind of company you want to go to. If you want to see all 48 states, then you need to find an OTR company like Prime, Stevens, you got Warner, you got Crete. If you're looking for regional, they have, Warner as well. They have, dedicated. They have Swift has some dedicated. You have Davis Express, Davis Transport. You got a whole bunch, you just gotta do your research. If you're looking for flatbed, they have TMC, Melton, Maverick, if I didn't already say that, whole bunch. If you're looking for tankers, yeah, you on your own on that. I don't really know too many, except like the gas companies, but you need your endorsements for that, you know. And if you're just getting your CDL, I've said before, I recommend, get all your endorsements, get your doubles and triples, get your hazmat, get your tankers. Even if you know or don't plan on doing something with endorsements, get it anyway. That way, if you decide, you have the option, because more doors, the more endorsements you have, the more opportunities are out there for you, you know. But yeah, I'm coming up to what the 10-minute mark, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short. So as I always tell you guys, thank you to all my day one subscribers. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I appreciate all of you guys. If you have any questions at all, I'll link my email. I know I haven't responded to all the emails that I've gotten. I'm gonna respond to them as soon as I can. But as I always tell you guys, y'all take it easy out there. Stay safe.